This is the first Jeep trip I think I went on, like July 4th of 1965. We're getting all ready to go to Lansing. This reel has July 4th of 1965 on it, August of 65, and September 4th of 65. Not sure where we went. There's Dave Williams' stump jumper. This is up in Lansing. Some doctor had a place up there and let us use it. Didn't have my own Jeep at this time, but went along just for the fun. There'll be some blank spots for talking. I'm not going to talk all the time. That's Jim Downing's pickup truck. And our tent back there in the background, the yellow one. I don't know who all these Jeeps belong to because I forget who was in the Jeep Club at that time. That's Gene Leverance there climbing the hill. That's a pretty steep hill that we have there. A lot of fun. There coming up the hill. I think that's Marv Selby. I'm not sure, but I think so. There's Dale and his walkie-talkie. Just going across the Mississippi to Jim Downing's uncle's place that was over there at DeSoto, Wisconsin. See that Jeep clear down the valley? That shows you how steep the hill was we climbed. I don't know who Dale's talking to. Might be Randy or somebody down at the camp. Probably hear that projector in the background. Going to sound like home movies even though it's on video. There's Downing fixing something. There's Dave Williams fixing something. It seems like that's all those two ever did. I think that's Cleo Hogan. I'm not sure. I think that was our outhouse over there, and Leverance couldn't walk that far, so he had to drive. There's Randy in the Jeep. Missed the shot, but he fell out of his Jeep when he stopped there. Those were the days before we all had campers. I think every one of us had tents. That's the Downings. There goes Bob to do his daily duty at our outside outhouse. Some of these movies are kind of jittery. They were taken with an old camera, and it's all we got. There's old Gene. He wasn't afraid to go up any hill. Thelma, she was afraid to go up them, so she walked behind. That's Bob Gilbert, I believe. We're going back over to Wisconsin again, or back to Iowa, one or the other. That might have been a shot from the top of the hill. In fact, I'm sure it is. When we got to the top of that hill, you could see over the Mississippi. There's the camp down on the other side of the hill. There's a railroad track down there and a few roads. There's the campsite. So that was a pretty steep hill. I think this is gathering firewood for the evening fire. Used to burn a whole tree every night. I think that's Craig Gertis, if I remember right, that's chopping the tree there. This is Leverance's Olds convertible. I don't know whose panel truck that was. It looked like a pretty good one. This at Waukon here. Must be a different date, because I recognize that campground as being at Waukon. Old parachute we use for canopy. There's the Hawkeye radio pickup truck up there. Must be Thunder or Penny or somebody. I don't know which dog it was. That's Craig Gertis there. It's one of the trail rides at Waukon. Never did learn not to take pictures out of a bumpy Jeep, so they all bounce a little. Found a bunch of dead cattle up there for the farmer, so he thought quite a bit of us because we helped him round up the herd so he could give him shots for blackleg. He was losing them right and left. We found about six, seven of them up there. That's Leverance pulling Gertis out of the ditch. Boy's in the back of his Jeep. I don't know who this is coming into camp. That's our old 59 Buick. Used to have really nice running car. There it is again. Wish I had that today. This is a creek we camp by down there at Waukon. That's our campsite we used for years. We're bringing in the night's firewood. The ham radio operator at that time, I used to sit down there camping, talking to people all over the world. Old abandoned farmhouse. I think the kids like to ride with Gene more than anybody because he got into trouble more times than anybody. If anybody got stuck, it was him. He was always the one to lead the crowd, though, so he was a good trail master. He could find the trails. Still taking them, moving pictures out of a moving Jeep don't work too good. There's the start of one of the campfires. That's an awful small one.